All right, everyone. Welcome to another session of the Adventures of Erilea campaign. We left off. The adventuring party had just defeated a pair of wyverns, looking to kind of ruin their day in the Farian Gap and continue their journey southwards towards the city of Morath. In heading in that direction, they made camp for the evening along the Avery River, where they were attacked by a group of sirens and nereids. I still don't know how to say that freaking word. Nereids is what we're
If you
going
just
to
keep
say.
mumbling it and saying it kind of quieter, it's fine. No one knows.
It's true. It's true. That's probably what I'll do from now on. So sirens and some nereids. And it was almost disastrous for Leaf. The one of the rogue of the party is he got to make out with a beautiful woman who just vomited down his throat and nearly killed him.
That is worth doing.
Uh,
No
but
kink shame here, guys.
yeah, exactly.
It was just a really sloppy kiss.
It was. It was. But you guys were able to fend off the waterborne attackers and revive your friend. Going through the rest of the evening, pretty unexciting. After that, you guys continued traveling southwards, deciding to take the route around the Silver Lake and into Aniel, where you attempted to disguise your younger friend as someone older, doing a great job, but ignoring the fact that you had a giant Goliath with horns going into this tavern where the Goliath was asked to leave, in which case you guys took that upon yourselves as meaning that everyone should leave and continued heading southwards. In doing so, you guys camp out outside the city of Aniel, and from there, what would you guys like to do?
Did we finish the camp? Did we finish the rest, or are we undergoing that?
I think we were just about to start the long rest. I was just making sure there wasn't
Nothing, no.
anything you guys wanted to do prior to.
The long rest.
Yes.
Besides burn the city down?
Guys, I think we should go burn the city down.
Now let's not right now.
Yeah.
I released some termites in that tavern there, so give it a couple decades and they'll really wreak some havoc.
As long as we reclaim the city for nature.
That's what the termites will start doing. But I say we come back to that. We table it. We put it to the side for now. And we come back to it when one of y'all can rain fire.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Soon.
So once that happens, we just need someone to kill all the firstborns.
Oh, me! Pick me! Pick me!
Perfect. We got you to kill all the
Yep.
firstborns. I got the locusts and the flies. We need someone who can get a lot of frogs.
I mean,
What if we just have
Come
one
on.
big one?
That's also possible. We'll plan it out. We gotta act a little smarter on that one, because taking on a whole city is a lot different than clearing out a cave of dipshits.
One swing. Can you go ahead and just make me a history check at advantage, since we're talking about Goliaths that routinely frequent the area around Aniel?
History.
Yes.
That's a solid 15.
Solid 15. What you can glean from the area that you're in, around the White Fang Mountains, you do recall another Goliath clan that originated close to where the Muntava clan was, known as the Shalom-Aste Goliath clan. the Shalom-Aste clan, your area, the wastes in general, the western wastes, is known to be home to the Iron Teeth witches. The two clans that you know the most of Iron Teeth witches are the Yellowlegs Clan and the Blue Blood Clan. The Yellowlegs Clan was the one that would have recruited the Shalom-Aste clan to bring them farther south and into the eastern area of Erilea to kind of sow terror in the people of in the cities of eastern Erilea. So you imagine that a lot of their prejudice from Goliaths comes from the fact that you know that the Shalom-Aste clan is really well known for kidnapping and murdering children and kidnapping and raping women.
Ah.
Cool.
Picture me saying that, but in one swing, short term.
Well, shit just got dark. On that note, let's have a good night rest.
Let's burn the city down. If there's no city, they can't rape and pillage.
Fair enough. I like the way you're thinking, but again, big city, single cave. I think we need to hone our skills a little more. Come back and say when we're an order of magnitude about 10 times stronger, and then we can really do it.
They don't even know me, and they're kicking me out of places. Fuck.
They didn't like him too much, and I just point to Krakus. Are there evil furbolgs around here that you know of, Furry?
No.
Yeah, Krakus, you would not know of a group of evil furbolgs other than the fact that most are also gray-skinned and rather large.
And rather large, yeah. That's what I figured. I was like, we don't live around here. We ain't from around here, y'all.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe they are just dickwads.
Oh, without a doubt.
Alrighty. So you guys
Who
are...
wants to take first watch?
I'm all pissed off. I can stay awake.
Eve is scared she will join him in staying awake for the first watch.
I'll
Alrighty.
take seconds.
Just Tristan will take Eve aside and just be like, if you need any help stopping him doing something, don't be afraid to wake me up.
Okay, I'll make sure to wake you up.
Okay.
So,
Wait, does Tinhead think I'm gonna rape the little girl?
No.
No.
Okay. Burning down.
Oh my god.
Burning down the building.
Burn down
Okay.
the city.
Oh god.
Yes.
Okay, mark this
Christ.
moment to cut as well.
oh god.
Cut the clip.
Okay.
I'll take second watch.
Alright. Eve and One Swing, could you please go ahead and make me perception checks?
Oh boy, +2.
Oh boy, -1.
14.
Yay!
First roll of the night.
Here we go.
I hope yours is good.
Well, yeah, I got a 14, so
14? Okay.
pretty good.
And One Swing?
-10 off of hers.
So a 4? Alright.
4.
One Swing, you kind of look off towards where Aniel is, seeing a lot of the light of the city still kind of cresting over the road a little bit. And just kind of get distracted in your thoughts about your clan, your interactions with the Iron Teeth witches and the other Goliath clans and the people of the city in general, and don't really notice anything else going on around you. Eve, you, looking around, do notice a lot of kind of caravans heading northwards down the road, or up the road, I guess, into Aniel, traveling with like all sorts of goods, be it clothing, grains, various kinds of food, and things like that. Just moving into the city, up the road. But other than that, not a whole lot of exciting things happening around here, still being as close to the city as you are.
Okie dokie.
All right. Just so that ends the first watch. You guys go to, I assume, wake up Odo. Odo, you're going to take second watch?
Yeah, are there any trees nearby?
Oh, yeah. Aniel is surrounded by on the west by the White Fang Mountains, and on the east the Oakwald Forest, which you guys have been traveling along this entire journey.
Okay. I would try and get up into a tree for vantage.
Okay.
I can assist them before I go to bed.
Okay. Go ahead and just make me a general athletics check with advantage, since one swing is helping you.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Easy enough. You're able to climb pretty high into one of the trees of the forest, kind of just sitting on one of the branch, feeling a little more at home. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, and I'll give you advantage since you're at such a high vantage point.
Oh, I actually needed that. Perception, that's a 16.
16. You notice some of the same things that Eve did. Aniel does not seem to, at least the southern reaches of the city, doesn't seem to really sleep. Still, plenty of light coming from it, as there are travelers that are continuing to travel, as though they are not really keen on staying in between the mountains and the woods to camp, and potentially not a whole lot of places for them to stay other than Aniel. You notice, the Oakwald Forest, even down south, is still home to a lot of the Fae, the little folk that you would see in the Oakwald Forest in the north. So some bright little pixies flying around, not really paying any attention to you. And then some bats have come out and started eating some of the bugs around. But other than that, nothing super exciting to see.
All right. Who wanted to take third?
I can.
Yeah, I'll wake up the druid.
Alrighty. Go ahead and druid. Krakus, make me a perception check.
Okay.
Good
All
God.
right. All right. That's not my best roll.
Not your best roll?
You said perception?
Correct.
Thank God it's wisdom based. That's a 14.
14?
Hey.
You kind of looking out, start to see a lot of fireflies in the forest start to appear. You do hear the occasional bits of snow coming and falling down slopes on the White Fangs to the left, or to the not to the left, to the west. That's a cardinal direction, left.
Reese.
Of course.
But being so close to the city, not a whole lot of things trying to come and bother you. Which brings us to final watch.
I'll do
take
it.
No.
Okay. Go for it.
Alrighty.
We got attacked the last time I did watch, so you go.
Yes, I was attacked.
Yep.
My innocence stolen.
Alrighty, Leaf. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
That is a 23.
23. Okay. Excuse me. Thank you. So as the sun kind of starts to come up in the east over the Oakwald Forest, you do start to hear a lot of bustling from Aniel in the north, and some wagons and caravans heading southwards from Aniel itself, bringing a lot of timber, a lot of game south, and just in general some more goods heading out on trying to get out early for whatever long journeys they have. But other than that, nothing huge and exciting to note. Damn.
Did you want to fight?
Yes.
He was hoping for some Selvaxe Goliaths, I think.
Yes, I was.
I didn't roll for him though. I mean, I rolled for him, but I didn't get him. What was that, Leaf?
No, nothing. This was the last time. I was mauled and taken.
So
Oh.
even though you had the high ground, you got cut in half?
Yikes.
Rip.
Don't worry, Leaf. You're not cute enough for them to either want to abduct you or defile you.
Damn.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
At the end of his watch, I assume Leaf goes and wakes up the rest of the group.
Yep.
Okay. You guys prepare your wagon for what could potentially be your last day of traveling. Getting your horses together, and preparing for the journey. Anything you guys would like to accomplish before you start traveling?
Nope.
No, sir.
Okie doke. So as you guys are traveling southwards, you guys notice that the road continues to follow the White Fang Mountains, but as you travel southwards, it does start to bend a little east, going more into the Oakwald Forest. Is someone going to helm, kind of keeping an eye out along the journey?
Yeah, I'll since I'm just riding in the cart, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Okie doke.
I can scout ahead if we need that.
Okay. If I could you guys give me a general marching order?
I'm in the cart.
I would be front, like first.
I don't have a horse, so wherever you want me to be riding,
Okay.
says the disgraced druid.
Oh.
Alrighty. So we've got Krakus. Oh, wait. Eve and Otto in the cart, I assume helmed by One Swing.
Correct.
We have Leaf at the front, a little ahead, which leaves us with Tristan and Avier.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of taking up that in-between space. If One Swing's right in front of the cart.
Okay, so One
Am I
Swing's
driving
piloting
the cart?
Yeah. One Swing is piloting the cart. Are you guys flanking the cart? Are you between Leaf and the cart, or are you behind the cart.
This is so detailed. I don't want to know what's about to happen.
Don't worry about it.
Fireball.
What was that? What was that, Kenny?
Flank the cart.
Flanking the cart? Okay.
Yeah, I think that makes most sense.
Alrighty. Perfect. Leaf being at the front, go ahead and make me a perception check, and Odo, since you're sitting in the cart kind of keeping an eye out, go ahead and make me a perception check.
21.
21?
23.
23. Nice. As you guys are heading through the forest, you do start, hearing a lot of sounds of the nature around the forest in general. Nature. You know what, guys? Okay.
The nature.
Would you say it was just the bare necessities?
None of this.
This simple
Okay. So, as you guys...
necessities.
I'm gonna fucking kill one of you right now.
Hey, as long as we're not lost in the woods.
Rocks fall. Only 2 people die.
As you guys are making your way through, you do hear birds, squirrels, things running around in the forest. Forest sounds, nature
Oh,
sounds.
more animals for
Yeah.
practice to screw up with.
Oh.
Can I talk to one of the plants and tell it to smack Avier in the face?
Why is everyone hitting me with stuff? What's happening?
Are those birds flying high?
No.
You want me to shoot one down?
Do they know how I feel?
Stop it.
You're a
Ben, it's
weird
okay
one,
if you want to
Tristan.
cancel this campaign.
I'll just wait. I'll wait until you guys are done. When you're ready for me to move along the campaign, let me know.
Cool.
No, I don't need any birds. Thank you for offering, though, for shooting those down.
I mean, I could make lunch.
You want to attempt to shoot down some of the birds?
No, not right now.
No, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. You should just leave them alone.
Okay.
I've seen a deer, though. They're fair game.
Okay. All right. Not a lot of deer, as there's not a lot of clearings in the area. The Oakwald Forest itself is really dense along the road, so kind of difficult for any deer to kind of get out into the road or maneuver quickly. So they tend not to venture towards the road that much. As you guys continue through the forest, nothing of note comes out to attack you, even though it should have.
Did we annoy it to death?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. No. Nothing of note comes out to greet you. As you guys continue traveling in, you do kind of see a clearing coming up. Sunlight breaking through a lot more. As you begin to leave the Oakwald Forest itself, coming to another branch of the Avery River, and into some plains of Outerland, essentially signifying that you have gotten out of the Oakwald Forest and continue to start heading south towards Morath. Would anyone like to... is anyone keeping an eye out as you continue traveling towards Morath?
Since
Yeah, I mean,
taking
I'm
a
definitely
look.
gonna be
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be keeping like the surveillance around.
Okay. Go ahead and make me another perception check. Did I hear that Tristan was also kind of looking out?
Yeah, I assume since we're flanking, we're kind of keeping our eyes out.
All right. You guys can go ahead and make me perception checks as well.
15.
What a waste.
15. Okay.
8.
Nice.
10.
Nice.
I might as well not be looking.
10.
10.
As you
Sounds
guys
about right for Tristan.
as you guys leave the forest, one of the birds that was flying high and spotted by Tristan earlier takes a shit in Aver's eye. So she kind of has
damn
to rub it out,
This is so graphic.
trying to kind of clear her senses a little bit.
Just like to say a thank you to the nature gods.
Yeah, did the fucking druid do this?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I bet he fucking wild shaped. That's 15.
15. The druid is still sitting in the cart. What are you doing right now?
I'm just all I'm saying is that he didn't cause it, but he didn't stop it.
Okay, that's
so-
fine. I see how it is.
You
This
just
could have been stopped if you let me shoot it out of the sky earlier.
Odo, you notice on the other side of the Avery River a pretty large host of soldiers kind of camped out further to the southeast, pretty far away, not like pretty easily avoidable. But there is definitely a gathering host of a lot of a lot of soldiers. In the distance, you can make out some bluish flags. Knowing that the colors of Otterlin are blue, you make the assumption that these are probably Otterlanian soldiers.
I don't like them.
One of y'all more quote unquote civilized folk tell me if that there is normal.
Is there anyone in this group that would be considered civilized?
Krakus, go ahead and make me a history check.
That I can do. That is a 14.
14? Not normal.
Yeah,
wait,
that's not normal.
you do know, having lived where you lived, that this area is not particularly occupied by a lot of Outerlandian soldiers, even though this area is still technically territory of Outerland. But you are growing close to the border of Fenharrow, and Melisande as well, being the two territories that are immediately south of Outerland. So you do recall. It does remind you of the bandits that had kind of started growing around your area. And thinking back on it, you also potentially recall some blue on them, as though they and the symbol of the silver wyvern embroidered on their.
Not bandits, just assholes.
Something you've learned a little bit more about since you traveled to Peranth and seen some of the soldiers.
Woods.
Yeah. So yeah, not something that you would normally see this close to the border and near the city of Morath.
Yeah.
DM,
Yes.
it's my military background.
Mhm.
Would it be like, a little battalion? Is it like part of an army? Are they getting ready to go to fight? Would it be enough people, that could dig a hole into a mosque, church. I forget what we called it.
The
Here,
Torre?
home.
Uh-huh.
Torre. That's it. I couldn't think of the name.
Mosque.
The mosque in the middle of town.
What do I want to roll? Go ahead and roll me an investigation check, and you can roll it at advantage because of your military background to kind of look out and see how many soldiers you can see.
14.
14? There are hundreds of soldiers out there.
Oh, so that's like an army.
Yeah. You gather this is not a group that is attempting to do anything stealthy. And typically the only time you've ever seen this many soldiers is for potentially invading other clans, other
Tribes.
Tribes.
Trying to get land, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Guys, that's an army. Weren't we sent down here to find fishy business?
Yeah. It's
Well,
a
yeah,
little
but I don't
fishy.
see any fish around here. Well, I guess there's some in the river, but
Boo.
That's enough soldiers to be considered fishy business in my book.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just having like a big social or something. Our my small
Yeah.
community would sometimes turn out a lot of people for them ice cream socials.
Yeah. A social.
They're all. I'm assuming we can see that they're all armed.
It's pretty far away. It is a army camp. You would assume that with the colors that are flying around the camp that there's a lot of armed people there.
Maybe it's just a really organized festival.
Or an invading force.
Yeah, I think it's more along the lines of an invading force. Mm-hmm.
Why don't we
Let's-
just go ask him?
It's on the other side of the
I
river.
can go do that if you guys want.
No,
ahead,
I
you can
can.
cross
I'll just make
your
myself look
river.
like one of them. If there's hundreds, they won't notice.
I was gonna do the same.
Yeah. Why don't we just walk in there and ask them?
All right, so
I mean,
Yeah, me too. I could do the same thing.
No, you can't.
No, you
Your face paint won't cut it on this one. Sorry, bud.
I'm
What are you talking about?
I'm not the most worldly individual, but I'm gonna say that's maybe a bad idea. You not to be rude or anything. I don't know if you know how to act like a soldier. Actually,
who-
both of
who are you
Who are
talking
we?
to?
Who are we
both
talking
of
to?
them, both the druid and the wizard,
You don't know either of our names.
Avier and Krakus.
There we go.
It's been a
Out of
week.
character or out of
I'm knocking
character?
some rust off.
Yeah, you two shouldn't be going in, but I'll go in.
No.
You know how to be
Well,
soldier,
that maybe not the best idea. Might not be the worst idea, because for what he lacks in mental here-to-ness, he really has a lot of chutzpah, they say.
What's chutzpah?
Well,
That's an old Druish word, I believe.
I do
means
get
all.
around.
I mean, people tend to like him, and if they don't like him, they just kind of avoid him. They don't really come with the whole pitchforks and.
So you think it's a
torches?
better idea to have a giant doofus with a rat in his shirt walk right into the camp than two people disguised to look exactly and sound exactly like those soldiers?
Hey,
Well,
I
can
know
you
what you
sound
say?
exactly like him, or do you just look like him?
Both.
I'm just going to remind you guys that they're on the other side of the Avery River.
Yeah, they're a way
Oh,
away.
yeah.
Right. We can't just walk right up.
No.
I don't want
That's
dysentery. No.
That's why I was saying I could go, because I can just get in and out, maybe real quick, stealthy like. Maybe even monkey or leaf.
Did you just call him a monkey?
I don't know what a monkey is, but if you
Mentally,
show me one, I
physically.
can turn into
Describe
one.
it to him in detail.
It's a small Asian man. He lives in
Whoa.
Canada.
Are we?
Like good at siege.
Let's
Are we-
get it.
Canada?
Is this going to be another racist part of the campaign?
Oh my god.
Let's backtrack. I said leaf.
This episode needs to be flagged.
Yeah.
It probably will be shortly.
But overall, I mean, they just don't look like they're up to no good. I'm willing to take that at value.
I mean,
Do we have any way to get anything to the guy in Paranth? Lord, King, thing, guy, person.
I don't know. Do you?
I can
Horses?
send a little bee.
What's it gonna do? Dance for him? Can it carry something?
It can dance.
Can it write with its stinger?
I haven't tried that. I'm gonna try that. Does anyone have any parchment?
Oh my god.
No.
Some ink?
I rip a page out of my
Oh,
my book
Lord.
and I pull out my inks and I place them down for Otto.
I want to see if I can get one of my bees to either draw with their stinger or like walk a trail.
Okay.
Of letters.
All right. Roll me animal handling check.
All right. 13.
13. Okay. And then go ahead and roll me a dexterity check for your bee, which is +2.
Oh.
15.
15. You guys have seen Mulan, right? You know
Yes.
when Mushu is telling the cricket to type a letter, and he's just kind of bouncing up and down on the letter. That's what this bee is doing. It's not super legible, but you can make out about every other word.
We're gonna work on this. We'll have it down to what's that thing where you study a lot of things and you learn about something?
Schooling?
Whatever. I don't know. We'll have it down pat by the next time we do it.
Okay.
cool.
So we're supposed to find weird stuff down here. That's one weird thing. You know, like superstition-wise, things usually come in threes.
Well, I
So
mean,
maybe we
wouldn't
find
that be
two
a
other
lot
things.
of weird things? There's more than one person over there.
Yeah, but the gathering of multiple people is a weird thing.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
So we find two other weird things, and then job done.
What if there's more?
Well, that just pads out the case, but I think we need a minimum of 3. Or we can just skate by with the bare minimum of 3. As soon as we find 3, we can get out and go home.
But what if there's like a secret giant bad thing that we don't notice at all until after the 3?
Well,
we
I mean, we
scramble.
did our job. That's all we can really do.
We're setting up so many red flags. This is gonna be the end.
And this is on the other side of the river. Sorry, just clarifying.
Yes.
Like pretty close to Morath.
Close to. I mean, this area is very close to Morath in general. But it being, a fairly small city, Krakus, you would know it's mostly known as being a merchant town, not one that could house hundreds of soldiers. So this is probably the closest civilization to that, but not directly in Morath. Is that what you were asking, Tristan?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. We have one note.
Well, it's a good thing to talk about this. We can keep going, but so when we get there, these are pretty prickly individuals, especially when
I
it comes
remember.
to you two, and I point to the two large giant kin.
Mhm.
So
You remember how we met, right?
Yeah, I'm just reiterating so that everyone remembers and we're all on the same page. How are we gonna do this?
You see Tristan holding his disguise kit up, smiling.
That thing does wonders. Meh?
Well, yeah. So we might be able to like powder the nose or something, but the horns
Doesn't he have a hat?
and the size, like they're big. They're really big. Now I know I'm small, but like they're really big.
If I don't move, you can't see me.
Where did he go? And then I stare directly at one swing. That doesn't work.
Stealth check was a dirty 20.
Wait.
What are you hiding
Are
behind?
you Drax? What's happening?
He's just trying to do a Trax, yeah.
What are you? How are you hiding?
I'm just doing a Drax, but my stealth check's a dirty 20.
Okay, if you're just doing a Drax, I'm going to ask you to do that at disadvantage, buddy.
Please be a 1.
That's a 4.
Yep.
My passive is above 4, so
So you're really pulling a Drax.
Yep.
100%.
I wasn't expecting it to work.
As he's slowly pulling out jerky and chewing on it at the same time.
Movements
There-
are so slow, they're almost indiscernible.
I don't know how well makeup and a hat's gonna do it. I mean, I'll trust y'all, but you know, I could see through it. I guess that's because I know him well enough. But you know, it was a little sketch to me.
Krakus would know this as well. Morath is most of the people of Morath are either furbolg or gnomes, kind of serving the border of Fenharrow and Outerland.
you just gotta make him furry.
Oh, what are gnomes?
Let's keep going.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys continue traveling southwards towards Morath. I would assume you're traveling during that entire conversation as well. You guys get to the edge of Morath, and it is, while it is just a merchant town, it is still very impressive. Have you guys seen pictures of Mont Saint Michel in France?
No, but I'll look it up now.
It's built very similar to that. The town is built on top of a plateau that comes out from a part of the White Fang Mountains that goes through the forest, with a natural land bridge that kind of comes out over the Avery River, and this is the only way in and out of Morath itself. Something that you noticed that was not here before, Krakus, is a tall tower kind of built at the top of the hill that the merchant city is in, essentially made of onyx-like stone, going straight up into the air. Probably about 150 feet tall.
Does that stone look at all familiar?
Go ahead and
I'll pull the necklace out of my chest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I have a handful of the rings too.
you guys left rings with
No, with
Lyra.
I still have a bunch of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That I looted off of the corpses.
Right. You guys are still pretty far away. The big thing that you notice about it, make a perception check.
17.
17. It's very dark. Kind of hard to tell if it's related to those stones. But it's darker than most stone that you've seen at a distance. Potentially, if you were to get closer to this tower, you might be able to investigate it further and see.
Got it.
Tally ho.
So as you guys enter, so you guys are on the other end of the land bridge. Are you guys going to cross the land bridge and go into Morath proper?
I'm just sitting there, just like staring at that thing, scratching my arm,
Same.
and looking at my staff. I don't want to go in there.
Why?
Ominous reasons.
Ominous? What's ominous reasons? What's ominous reasons?
That thing. That big old black spire. That's not good. That's not good at all.
That definitely wasn't here when I came by before.
It's just like a tower. Maybe they're just expanding the city.
Obelisk. That's the word. It's shaped like an obelisk. A tall, black obelisk. Jesus Christ. My brain was not working.
That made me. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. Huh.
Maybe they're just expanding the city out. I mean, growth is good.
Yeah, but the rest of the city isn't built with that material. I can't imagine that they would be bringing in something.
That doesn't look natural.
Why don't we go check it out?
It's not natural.
We find new materials all the time.
Also,
yeah.
when was the last time you were here?
How long has it been, Ben?
It has been for you, probably about 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months ago, that wasn't here.
That's a little bit of a short time for something to just appear from the ground, right?
I mean,
That's an
with
engineering
magic?
marvel.
With magic, though.
Sure to both. I would really not rather go near that thing.
Don't we
I
have
mean-
to go here?
We don't know that it's a threat. We don't know. Can I make some sort of Arcana check on it or something?
Ooh, that could be.
You're very far away from it.
Damn it! I can't see if there's like an aura.
Hey, that could be our second.
I
weird
mean,
thing.
That is
it would be an
definitely
incredibly high DC, but go ahead and make an Arcana check on it.
You know what?
And a sea aura check.
A C aura check, yeah.
Oh, I did real bad.
Okay.
I rolled a 4, so a 10.
A 10?
I don't see shit. It's a
Yeah.
rock.
You know what? There are clouds above it. The sun's shining. Nothing pretty. No auras.
That's pretty fucking pleasant to me.
I'm gonna chug the rest of my moonshine.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
15.
15 just opens it. And you guys just see Odo just chugging away at his moonshine.
Odo, do you know something that we don't?
Probably not. It's probably no big deal. I just,
But-
bad dreams and all
Benpai.
that.
I'm sorry. No. There's no such thing as a bad dream.
Well,
What
yeah,
did you
yeah,
see?
there are. Well, there was a gate made of that stuff. A lot of evilness seemed to be draining the energy from the forest around it, or killing it. Just bad things. A bad dream, and that really I just put my face into my jar and just keep drinking.
Okay, so Odo saw Kingdom Hearts, so maybe we should be concerned.
Leaf, go ahead and make a perception check for me, since you're at the front.
12.
12. You do see at the along the land bridge, kind of going in and out of the city, are some of the Outerlandian soldiers. Not a large group of them, but a handful coming in and out. Not as many furbolgs and gnomes. There are a few, but not a lot. As you guys are still out on the road, on your horses, right
how far
outside
away?
the land bridge. The land bridge itself is about 200 feet across the river, going across the river. And you guys, I don't know how, you guys probably would have stopped about 50 feet away from that bridge.
How far away to the closest soldier?
The closest soldier would be at the beginning of that bridge, so about 50 to 60 feet away from you guys.
Okay. Guys, how about I just ride over and ask the soldier something? And like how or when that was created. I'll just say that I was here a couple months ago and it wasn't here. And how impressed I am with their architectural abilities. And just see if I can get any information out of him.
Can I go
That
with you
way.
and try to detect his thoughts?
And
Yeah, you can ride over with me. And we'll probably need to have Tristan with us too, just in case.
To distract him with his sense
More
of
of an
stalking.
imposing figure.
Okay, we're
and
not.
that's the last time we saw the three of us ever. Tristan actually says that out loud.
Is everyone in the group okay with this?
Yeah, y'all can veto this idea.
Nope, go for it.
Yeah, sure. It's I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'd like
Just
to
don't
go
be
with them.
suspicious.
I'm gonna go ahead and prep my backup character.
What am I doing?
Benpai, how far away are we from them?
About 60 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a spear.
Uh,
Just like have it in my hand, like in.
Tristan steps in front of.
We're on our horses still, no?
Yeah, doesn't mean he can't pull a...
It's just like behind me, like still in the cart. You know what I mean? I just have it
Just hidden, but in reach.
exactly.
He's prepping it.
Yes.
Okay. Easy enough.
Seeing that, Tristan says, "Yeah, maybe the three of us should just go ahead."
I'd like to go too.
Oh god.
That's fine. I'm okay with it. You don't have a horse
And I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself and look like the soldier that tried to pick the fight with me in the tavern.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh, hey Jim, I thought you were doing duty back at the bank.
Hey, fun. It's not nice to make fun of people. You don't have to make fun of my voice.
I legitimately thought that was
I
Kenny.
was out of
I'm not even
character.
I
gonna
did
lie.
too. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was Kenny talking.
Wait.
What's happening?
That was me.
Oh gosh, that was good.
Holy
That was good, Cam.
That was quality.
I didn't even aim for
Well,
that.
timestamp
I can't.
that.
I can't help for how I sound. You know.
Oh my god.
Otto is the last person who can complain about someone's accents.
All right. So the four of you, Avier, Leaf, Tristan, and disguised Krakus, are going to approach this this soldier.
Yep.
Alrighty. While Eve, Odo, and One Swing are staying behind. One Swing with keeping a hand on one of his javelins, I should say.
I'm still finishing the jar.
And go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Get drunk, get drunk, get drunk.
Oh, I'm gonna get plastered. Well, I can't roll nat ones. Never mind. I'm still gonna get plastered. Concentration check.
Constitution check.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
8.
8.
Oh god.
You are intoxicated.
Blackout drunk.
Tristan looks over at him. He's like, maybe you should let me do all the talking.
I
I'm
don't think
in
he
the
came with
cart.
us.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
worry.
Oh yeah, he didn't come with you guys.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I am not a talker.
Yeah,
Well,
we do not need hit drunky up here.
-2.
Yeehaw.
Sorry, I need to make note of that. You guys approach the guard. He or the soldier. He doesn't really seem to be standing guard. He's just walking out to the end of the land bridge, and looks like he's about to kind of notices you guys and yeah, jump off the land bridge.
No.
Uh,
As we approach, I like raise an arm to like sort of wave to him to know to how to get his attention and like, you know, friendly walk over to him instead of just like roll up on him.
um, do I know you?
No. I had just had a couple of questions, and as a soldier here in Otterlin, and I would assume that you've been stationed here in Morath for some time. As somebody that passed by not too long ago, maybe only a couple of months ago, that giant obelisk. It wasn't there the last time I was here. I was just so curious about its construction and make. Um, it's just where I'm from. It would have taken us almost a year to craft and create something so large and imposing. I was just so curious about how you guys managed to do it, if you know anything, obviously.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. No, I'm sorry, deception check.
Am I deceiving him? I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, but
You're
were you
deceiving
actually there
Benpai.
a couple months away? Here a couple
The
months ago?
information behind the intent is a
Fine.
lie.
Yeah.
It's a dirty 20.
30-20? Kind of looks at you a little suspiciously. It's like, well, we actually moved this here at the Duke's orders about a month and a half ago. Did take a lot of time, a lot of people, but this is kind of meant to be a new landmark for the merchant town.
You moved it here. I have so many more questions.
I don't know that I have the time nor all the answers to these questions.
Do you know what it is made out of?
No,
Such a
I am
beautiful black stone.
I am just a soldier here. I really don't know much about it, other than that we were meant to help transport it here, and that is as far as I am allowed to tell you here, buddy.
Alright, well, thank you for your time, soldier. Oh,
Anyways,
Well then.
uh,
Oh,
Well-
Emily.
is it okay to go into to town? We just don't want to get in anybody's way. If you guys are working on something, we don't want to. We want to make sure we're just passing through.
Oh, I mean, the town is open. Okay. The town is open. No one's stopping anyone from going in or out. Obviously there are just a lot of us around here right now.
okay.
Well, that's good. I feel safer seeing more of you around.
I'm gonna attempt to shake the soldier's hand and say thank you for your service. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to check if he has any of those rings on his hands.
You reach out his hand. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Can I assist in that since I also said that? Oh wait, no, shit. I'm not. No, I can't. Fuck, I'm in.
Persuasion.
Mhm.
Uh,
Emily's having an issue. internet issues.
Gotcha.
18. I almost did math wrong.
18. Yeah, he reaches out his hand to shake it and go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception 17.
17. You don't notice any jewelry on his hand.
Okay, I just let go.
Well,
It's not a
well met, sir.
Tristan long handshake. It's just like a regular.
All right, a normal length handshake, and a quick peek, not seeing any evidence of one of those rings or any jewelry for that matter. I do know that Avir was there, but she is gone now.
Yes.
We're not letting her try to steal anything off of this soldier.
No, but I know she mentioned wanting to potentially detect thoughts.
Sorry, guys. My internet went out, and I tried to join from my phone, and it kept freaking out. I have no idea what just happened. I heard like 3 seconds of it, so we'll just assume maybe I didn't go.
Okay.
Because I literally did not hear a single thing that happened.
As you guys approach the soldier, Avir decided to go back.
I was like, yeah, never mind. I'm gonna go. Sorry, guys.
Too much effort.
That's it.
Just went
Yeah,
back.
it is a lot of effort.
Alrighty. You guys head back to the rest of the group?
Yeah.
Sure.
We just relay all of the information.
So it's safe to go in. There's no reason to worry at all.
Avir.
Yeah.
So the obelisk was brought there. There's more Otterlandian soldiers than have been there for a while. Leaf checked for a ring. Whenever he shook his hand, there was no ring.
Were his eyes black?
Or any jewelry. I'm assuming I would have been close enough to see that.
You're right. Okay. Cool.
Ben? Question mark?
Yeah, with that perception check, eyes were a nice brown color. You almost got lost in them a little bit.
Delicious hazel. Like the autumn leaves. Beautiful.
As Odo starts singing Country Roads.
Odo's just sitting in the back, on country roads, take me home to the place I belong.
You're gonna get a copyright violation.
Staghorn
No,
Mountains
No way that
in
could actually be
Terracine.
mistaken for.
Leans into somebody, whoever he's next to. Isn't this his home?
No, it's not.
Alright, we proceeding in.
Yeah, they said. You might as well give it a shot. What's the worst that happens? We get into a fight and run?
The soldier said no one would stop us.
So let's go.
No one stop you from entering.
Or leaving. He said
Yeah,
leaving.
I'm just messing with you.
I made sure I heard that part. I was gonna ask.
All right. So you guys head towards the land bridge. Start making your way across. You do notice the occasional soldier along the bridge, kind of walking up and down it. And as you guys get more into the city itself, you start to see the occasional Furbolg, the occasional gnome walking around. Krakus, not nearly as many as you've seen in the past here.
Okay.
But there are still some around.
Well,
They're not
slap
gone.
my ass and call me granny. They got little people here.
You want us to do what?
I'm gonna smack his ass and call him Granny.
That was a figure of speech, but thank you.
I'm just picturing I pick him up by like his foot, like newborn baby style.
Go ahead.
I'm hammered. There is no fight.
Go ahead and roll a d4. One swing.
3.
3. You take, what is your strength modifier?
+7.
Like right now?
Right.
No, 6. I'm sorry. Oh no, my strength
Right.
is +5. I'm sorry.
I was like, wait,
5.
what?
5.
Odo, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage on the bottom.
Butt smacking damage.
Ow!
Of
Hey,
butt
fuck
smacking.
you, big guy. Oh,
Whatever you say, Granny.
there's little people here, but they don't look like normal little people. What's wrong with them, Krakus?
They're gnomes.
Why did he say that like he was upset about it?
Just, let's just keep going.
Do you not like gnomes? What did they do to you?
They steal all your money.
No,
It's gnome of my business.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna stop.
I hate you.
So we're proceeding on.
Yeah. You guys, where are you guys heading? Are you heading towards the obelisk itself? Are you investigating the city more? What are you wanting to do?
And I think we know what the obelisk is.
I think we need. Never mind.
I need to know what you're doing so that I can.
I want to get more drunk.
Okay. You want to?
All right, so let's go to the obelisk because that seems to be the thing that gets him drunk.
How much moonshine does he have left?
I drank
None.
it all.
He drank it all.
So it won't make him way drunk. He has nothing else to do.
Yep.
Mm.
Krakus, you do know of the Tired Themis Tavern owned by the Dunban family
Okay.
in the town.
Okay.
About the only tavern / pub in this small merchant city.
I would recommend we go here if we want to find out some information. It's a local watering hole.
I don't want water. I want booze.
Yeah, they'll have plenty of that too.
Good.
Alrighty. So with the help of Krakus, you guys are able to find the Tired Themis Tavern. It's a pretty large 4-story tavern here. You gather, being a merchant city, there's a lot of people that do come in and out that don't actually live here to do trade and things like that. As you are making your way through the town, you do notice a lot of empty shop carts along the street. Krakus, you would have known it to be run by various Furbolg families that would have been selling their wares, be it some skins and coats from the forest itself, various farmed meat, farmed fruits and vegetables, things like that. The only carts kind of still operating right now are ones that repair and tend to armor and weapons and things like that.
Mm.
But you guys make it to the Tired Themis Tavern, and go in. You see 2 gnomes at the kind of manning the tavern itself. There's a single Furbolg sitting at one of the tables, and some more of the soldiers, a group of 3 soldiers sitting at another table as well.
How long has it been? How long has it taken us to get in to town?
About 20-30 minutes.
Still got about 30 minutes left on my disguised self.
Yes. So the male gnome, you guys you recognize Krakus as Sadri Dunben, and the female gnome being Johanna. You guys go in. Sadri kind of looks up and says, "Oh, some new faces. Welcome. What can I do for you?"
Do you have moonshine?
Do not give this man alcohol.
He kind of looks back and forth between
I'm
Avir.
like cross-eyed, flushed.
Looks at Avir and is like, "Oh, he looks like he's had a bit too much already."
Yeah.
Seems to have misplaced mine, and am looking to refill my jar.
No. Nope.
I'm afraid we don't have moonshine here, but
What kind of little people are you?
Oh God.
Okay.
I'll look at her and be like, "Can I get a cask of ale?"
I can help you with that. Is there a specific ale that you're wanting? You wanting one of the more expensive ones, or just...
Nah, just something to drink. Just give me low end.
All right, I can do that. That'll be. I need to look at my prices again. Fuck. I had this written down. That'll be 2 gold pieces.
I give her
Him
a handful of 7. I give him a handful of 7.
a handful of 7. All right.
7 gold pieces.
Then I guess I'll get some drinks for the rest of you as well. What would you like?
Well, everything's fine.
Whiskey, bourbon,
Can
scotch.
you give
What
him
do you
a cup
got?
of water, please?
I don't drink water when I don't have to.
I'd like some tea.
I can help with that. And he goes to the back and gets your cask of ale. He's actually surprisingly strong for such a little person. You one swing compared to seeing, the halfling that struggles opening his bottle of moonshine when he wants to drink. This gnome is able to just kind of hug carry this cask out to you and plops it right in front of you. Goes ahead and grabs a warm kettle and some leaves for you, Krakus. And he brings out a glass of clear liquid, looks at the halfling and says, This is what we call here vodka. Go ahead and enjoy." And then he looks at Avir and winks.
I stare at him and then take a sniff of it.
Go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage.
Well, I rolled 2 natural 18s.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
Plus
gosh.
5.
No.
Perceptive little drunkie.
When it comes to alcohol. Yeah.
You take a sniff of it. It smells a little metallic, but doesn't smell like any alcohol you've ever drank.
You need to fix your still. I can do that. I could do that for you. I watched my grandpappy. He did it a lot.
Well, I'm sure that I can get some help from you later. Enjoy.
We were also wondering. We were looking to possibly get a little bit of information.
Is there a facility nearby? Restroom. Bathroom.
Yes.
Really?
And he kind of gestures towards the back end of the tavern, towards the set of stairs.
Cool.
You know where it is.
and I walk back that way, and as a human, and then walk out a Furbolg. And yep,
Krakus, where'd you come from?
The gnome looks up at Sadri, and Joanna actually look at Krakus. Is that you?
yes,
We,
Thanks.
Unvera said that you were going on a journey. We weren't sure when you'd be back.
Well.
But it's good to see you again. It's been a while.
it has. There's been some
Well.
big changes. I see.
Yes, maybe we should talk
Talk-
elsewhere. Yes, I can definitely get you guys rooms for the evening. Let me bring you guys upstairs, and I'll show you to your rooms.
Thank you.
And he leads you. Sadri grabs a set of keys from behind the bar and starts leading you guys upstairs. As you guys are walking up the stairs, you do see, various doors. As rooms don't seem to be super occupied or busy down this hallway. And you do see some iconography of Temis. So a big red, beetle-looking thing with only 2 legs and a glowing red abdomen.
I stand and stare at it.
Sadri kind of tries to help gesture Odo in the direction of what you know to be his office upstairs.
One swing. Grab Odo.
I grab Odo.
But no, I was looking at the picture of the beetle. It was cool. I wonder where you get it from.
That is of Temis. She's the goddess of wild things and protector of caged animals.
I named my bugs too.
Just even.
Disregard him. He's drunk.
He brings you into his office. It's a large room. You do notice one swing. This is one of the first places you've been that seems to really accommodate bigger folk. So there's plenty of room for you to kind of move around. The office itself isn't huge, so it is a little crowded with a group of 7 plus Sadri.
I can stand outside of the doorway and still listen in if it helps.
Yeah, you would definitely be the one taking up the most amount of room. So yeah, you standing right outside definitely kind of frees up the space a little
I'd
bit.
probably be with him because I'm drunk and blabbering.
Yep, and yeah. All right. So as you've noticed, Krakus, a lot has changed since you've been here. There's a lot to tell you. What's been going on with you? Why are you back? Who are these people?
Well, these are. I guess I don't have to put on
Hi,
this
I'm
accent
Tristan.
anymore. Well, you see,
Hello, Tristan.
yes,
Shake his hand.
that's Tristan. He's got a rat in there. He would probably do just fine out here with the rest of us.
Wait a minute. There's a rat in there?
Oh, you didn't know?
Wait, I'm pretty sure Leaf was one of the people who figured this out.
Mm-mm. I was
He's
the only one that failed.
one. Yeah.
I am the only one that failed and then never tried
Oh.
again.
Oh no.
I have been waiting for someone to say something.
Now you know.
Never mind. Forget it.
That being said,
Tristan looks over at him. Duh.
Kraken,
we
you sound
Different.
Well, I don't have to put on my fancy airs here around people who actually know me.
Oh, ouch. Okay, Dick.
That was fancy.
To be fair, you guys have only known each other 5 days, so
Uh,
I've known them even less.
I thought we were friends.
yeah, 4. These are. We went into to find work. I was trying to find work and information on what was going on, and luckily these people all stood up against some of those Outerlandians that were. Well, they took offense to people like me, and luckily these fine folk actually stood up for me. But we've been out, and there's been some trouble, and it all seems to stem around them stones. And now I come back, and there's a towering one of them that is sitting here in this town.
yeah, they brought that in here not too long after you left. It was quite impressive them carrying it across the land bridge.
What's
Oh.
changed since it's been here?
That's the thing. The only thing that's changed is all these people, all these Aderlanians, the humans have kind of come. We saw all uh, the bandits that were coming in and out, and we were getting a little worried, and then they came in, and we thought we were going to be fine, but then just more and more, and I'm not sure if you saw the host outside the city in the
Oh.
plains.
Yeah, no, we did.
Um, I'm not quite sure what's been going on. The one of the king's closest advisors, Duke Parrington, has kind of
Harrington?
Parrington
Thank you.
has kind of taken up shop around the new obelisk, and is constantly under guard by all of the soldiers here. Seems to be directing them as to where to go. But the really concerning part is shortly after the soldiers got here, and the obelisk was set up, people have gone missing. I don't know if you could tell, but not a lot of the carts are being operated
Yeah,
anymore.
I noticed. I noticed a lot. And see, here's the funny thing about what we ran into. We had an encounter with some people who were trying to burn down one of them healing schools in the city we were in, and the people there were almost possessed. The man, he didn't even know how he'd got there. So I'm wondering if these people that are disappearing are connected to that.
By the word, the Valg?
Yes.
And you kind of see him sit there and think, Krakus, you know the legends of Morath, right? You know that... Hold on, let me pull it back up. You know that the city itself was built on the ruins of an ancient city where the Valg king Erawan was defeated all those years ago. 1,000 years ago.
I knew about the fallen king, but we don't use the same terminology from my family. But the fallen dark king, yeah, we had a semblance of that.
And somewhere deep in these mountains, it's said that the sarcophagus of Erawan is buried in them. If what you're saying is accurate, I'm almost concerned that this might be a repeat of what happened all those years ago.
That explains a lot. That explains why people are coming back. That's why it explains why people are disappearing. Now, obviously, we don't know any of this for certain, and well, it's going to take some getting you into it all. But We're not going to put you in any trouble being around here, are we? You're safe?
We've been fine. The soldiers haven't been particularly nasty to us, and most of the people that have gone missing have been furbolgs, not our kind.
Yeah, they don't like the ones who are more different.
Well,
trust me, I know.
I mean, you know Vera. She has taken a large group of our families and some of the Furbolg families into the forest. She knows it well, as you know.
Yes.
We haven't seen her in quite a while, as she took those groups into the forest shortly after the first family started going missing.
How long was that after I left?
Oh, about a month and a half. It was around the same time that they set up the obelisk. But I believe they're safe. I haven't heard anything. Obviously with the soldiers coming in here, we try to learn as much as we can about what's going on, but they haven't been talking much about why they're here or our folk at all. But I am worried that growing army outside the city, it doesn't bode well, and that Parrington guy, he's different. He's worrisome.
Do you have, I stopped over and I stayed here and I enjoyed your hospitality more than anything. I'm not as familiar with the intricacies of the city life or town life. You know what I mean. Is there anywhere around that we could potentially get a message back to where we came from? Possibly without it being rifled through?
Yeah, the Trustina family of gnomes, they have been couriers in the past. Where exactly are you trying to get a message?
Scrap, where did we come from?
Paranth.
Paranth and Terrace.
Paranth. Yeah.
You want to send a message all the way to Terracin? Yeah, I mean, for the right price, they'll easily travel there. It might be a little more expensive because of the distance.
No, I understand, but I'm almost wondering if anybody could do it through arcane means.
Oh, I mean, as I mentioned, not a whole lot of the gnome families are magical, and I mean, if you can find any of your kind's families around, you might be able to. But no one that I know particularly well. Your family was one of the few furbolgs that we conversed with.
No, I understand what you're saying.
And with all the Adarlanian soldiers around, it's kind of people are hiding their magic a little more. So
yeah, that would make sense. Well, thank you.
I'm gonna pop my head in before we walk away and be like, "You said this Duke is different." I forget his name.
Parrington.
Parrington.
He's smart. He's ruthless. There's something. There's just something about him that reminds me of darkness, in a way.
I'm gonna pull out my necklace out from behind my armor and be like, "Does he wear any jewelry made of this?"
You just hand it right over to him?
No, I'm keeping it on my neck.
Okay. I can't say that I've gotten close enough to talk to him for long. he wears jewelry. I can't say for sure that any of it looks like that.
Do you know of any reasons or activity, any events coming up with this new leadership? I mean, is it... I'm trying to think of if there's any way that we could get in there, under the guise of a big party or something. I don't know.
Get in where exactly?
Close to Parrington.
I mean, he's constantly around his other guards and doesn't really interact with anyone outside the soldiers very often. He is staying in a house near the obelisk, but beyond that, I can't say that that he's really accepting many visitors.
This obelisk. Does it's the material that it's constructed from? Does it remind you of these rings? And then I pull out the 5 that I have.
He takes a look at one of them. Okay, that's better. Well, they are similar in color. This it's a possibility, but it's such this stone on this ring is significantly smaller, and it could be.
Okay.
I think we need to take a look at this tower.
Agreed.
Be careful. There are lots of guards that do patrol that area.
Is there much wildlife around there?
No, actually, a lot of the wildlife seems to stay away from it. Even the birds give it a wide berth when they're flying overhead.
That's a good sign.
Well,
I wear
as
this
always,
shit around my neck.
yeah, we might need to talk about that at some point. All right. Well, would it be possible for us to have lodging here?
Of course. You've always been a friend to us, Krakus. You and your friends are more than welcome to stay here. I do recommend, if you're going to investigate the obelisk, at night there aren't as many guards as there are during the day, but there are still guards, so be careful.
Well, is there I don't want to keep you from your business, but I think we all need to talk a little bit about this. Is there a place we could go, either to the rooms or someplace else?
Yes, I can set up one of your rooms to be one of the essentially family rooms. And he leads you up the stairs to the 4th level of the tavern itself, where there are only 4 rooms total. But
Sweet.
The rooms are all kind of centered around a larger living area, as though
Like a common room.
yeah, exactly. As though families who traveled here, large families who traveled here, would have a place to stay.
Thank you.
It's an extended stay hotel room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a Marriott courtyard.
I'd prefer if it was a double tree.
I'm just gonna tilt my head and look at both of them.
Confused, never having heard of this courtyard Marriott.
Or a double tree. I am just assuming
I mean,
it's a tree.
It's a hotel and it's got trees. They have cookies. It's good.
You let us know if there's anything you guys need. I am going to go back down to Johanna, and
Other than that, ale and I would love a good cup of tea. I don't know if you would have given it to me before, but I'd take a good cup.
yeah, he had given you a kettle, and the accoutrements that come with tea making. But he'll have it sent up to the room.
And then
Before
same thing
he
with
goes,
food.
before he goes, I'm going to say in Gnomish, thank you so much for your hospitality.
Oh, and in Gnomish, he does reply. Well, it's always a pleasant surprise when the younger folk are able to speak our language. And you're
Oh, of
welcome here
course.
anytime.
Oh, thank you so much.
He heads downstairs, and about 15 minutes later, him and Sadri come up with the tea, the ale, and plenty of glasses for everyone, and leave you to it.
So,
Crackus,
yeah.
you know things about this place.
Well, I know some things. This is not far from home, and we had a lot of problems at home.
Wait, how come you sound like me now?
Well,
Yeah, that's a good question. Were you faking an accent for us the whole time?
I was, because generally, if you sound like this, people think you're stupid.
That does hold true with this group.
You and Otto cousin?
But
yeah,
we
are
know
we
that.
cousins?
Never mind. I was gonna say something nice, but now, never mind.
I need
they don't-
more alcohol. One swing. Can I have some ale?
Hey, this tea is actually hot toddies, so
I
Drink
don't know
up.
what that is. I want ale.
it's alcohol.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
God damn it. Oh wait, I'm good at that.
And then Odo, make a insight check.
That's a 21.
Natural one, but I re-roll that. That's a 21 as well.
Odo looks at it questioningly, but starts sipping on it, waiting
Get punked.
for.
I mean, does it taste like alcohol?
It doesn't taste like anything you've had before. It's as far as teas go, it has a very bitter taste, almost sour.
So you guys got some sugar?
You don't add sugar to alcohol. Come on.
No,
Yeah.
this is. I mean, you do when it's in tea, because then you make sweet tea with alcohol in it.
That all aside. So
Everyone's just ignoring the drunk halfling trying to get absolutely more wasted.
yeah, basically.
I will
so
slide my jar over to one swing still.
All right.
And well, you all saw what happened in the little one. You weren't there, but those lovely soldiers, they had some unkind words for me, and because of that, I tend to prefer to sound more normal. But
Aw. I go
with the
give him a
friends-
hug.
thank you, little one.
So sad.
Must be
And-
difficult to have to disguise your voice around people at all times of the day.
It's exhausting, but I mean, we furbolgs have adapted in a lot of ways. You saw how I could change just like that. That's something that that all of us can do. Because
Real quick, I'm going to interrupt just a second. One swing, did you give Odo more alcohol?
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Like, why would you even have to ask?
I just wanted to make
That's
sure.
why I didn't say anything. It was then just like,
Um,
I'm gonna have to fashion a self-hug jacket, aren't I?
okay.
One swing's a bro. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
question:
Yes.
is there any way that I could druid craft some water into that drink? Because I can create small amounts of water.
I mean, yeah, you can. I would say like
it's ale light.
it's ale light. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're drinking natty.
Yep.
All free beer.
Oh, doors.
Almost like a little, just like taking a little spray bottle and spraying it in it. Just.
I just drink it faster.
Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw.
He's gonna end up passing out.
Yep.
12.
Okay. 12? Okay. You do not take on another level of intoxication. You are still at that one level of intoxication, though.
Well, so
I'm gonna climb this ladder tonight.
What is your Constitution modifier?
Dos.
Dose. Oh, good. Good. All right.
Well, so my family is from outside of here, and we had business that we would come into here. We're not one for towns, but if we needed to, this is where we'd be, and there's a lot of things that aren't right here.
So what do you want to do?
Well, first we need to look at that. That's for certain. I'm willing to take a look at it in an animal form. I think that is going to be a better way to get up close to it. But in case I get caught, or in case it has any impact on me, I think you all should be around.
Why don't we just walk right up to it? It's just right there.
Is that self-hug jacket done yet? So we can prevent him from doing any of the things?
We just walk right up to it. We're tourists. We're just kind of like, hanging out and seeing the sights and all that fun
I
stuff.
have an idea
Hmm.
of how we can approach it during the day.
Just walk up to it?
Essentially, yes, we are just going to walk up to it.
You see, I'm a genius.
What, you really just want us to walk right up to it? That's your plan?
I mean, after listening to that long conversation, I don't think we're going to be able to do that.
I don't think they'll be able to stop us from doing it.
Oh no. What are you gonna do?
That?
Rampage?
No, we can just say pose as a foreign diplomat. And we just want to see and maybe establish a connection between a foreign kingdom and this trade city.
This feels
Awesome.
like a
Let me
lot of
talk.
deception.
I will get us through that. No problem.
I'd
I feel like
personally
I'd be
rather
doing all of the talking.
trying to
And
check
from
it out at night.
where would we be from?
I'm from
Probably
Reedstone.
from the southern continent.
This place called Taldore.
God damn it.
You're a creative, One Swing.
The southern what continent's to the south?
So you guys would know the southern continent is another continent south of Erilea, across the South Sea, home of the Cognate Empire. Doesn't have has some trade connections in Erilea, but not a whole lot else is known other than the fact that the original Torre is in the southern continent.
I was always told that this is the only continent and the world is flat.
Oh
We just
God.
keep going south, we'll just fall off the edge.
Why don't you just keep going south?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta roll a dice to see if I would actually be cognizant enough to. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say it. Sounds like a plan.
Well, we need a boat.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
If we're gonna go
Okay.
south, we need a boat.
I'm gonna grab a.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
grab
this
one of the
plan is
extra
going
blankets.
south pretty quick.
Well, say that again.
I'm gonna grab one of the. I'm gonna assume it has extra blankets and bedding.
Uh-huh. For sure, you could go in and grab some blankets off of one of the beds.
I'm going to attempt to sneak up on our belligerent little friend.
Make a stealth check.
Where's the die that's been rolling well for me? Plus my stealth. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. And you are attempting to.
I'm just gonna. You know when you like wrap a baby, like swaddle a baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that to Otto.
Oh, that's so sad.
And then,
Stop! I don't consent. No.
and then once he's got him swaddled, Tristan walks up to him and touches him on the forehead and
Well, hold on.
casts Cure Wounds. Sorry.
Hold on 1 second. Leaf, do me a
Yes.
favor, and
Of course, I will roll. What am I rolling?
you're making an athletics check against the acrobatics check for Odo.
Drunk Otto.
You're at advantage. Odo, you're at disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Can I make an acrobatics check?
No, because you are attempting to restrain. So you are going to make an athletics check.
Please.
I got an 18.
Nope.
Okay. As you attempt to do so, the wild and flailing halfling kind of ducks, dips, dives, and dodges the sheet that you tried to wrap him in. It's
Can I cut it with my short sword? Like he gets it around me, but I just like slice it open with my short sword and wriggle out.
yeah, by all means.
Why are we ruining this man's things?
No.
We're gonna have to pay for it. Or you'll have to pay for it.
Don't touch me from behind. That's a little weird.
All right. So
I
what do
just
you?
drop it. I just drop it to the ground and I look at Avier and I say I tried.
Listen, bud, we all try.
No
I
one
mean, it's hopeless.
no one attempted to help
Tristan.
me.
Tristan will walk up and go to shake Odo's hand, saying, "I'm sorry. I apologize for him."
I don't shake your hand. I'm in like kind of battle mode. I'm like,
Yep.
what are these fuckers gonna do? They're gonna attack me.
He's kind of looking at everyone. Just
A wild animal, except for one swing. I don't. He's not threatening to me.
he almost looks
He's
feral.
threatening.
Yeah, Eve, the most threatening looking person in the group.
Sparkling robe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Too much glitter.
Too much glitter. Yep. Too many stars. Too much glitter.
Well, I mean, how important is it that we hold him?
Not
It's
that
fine. We
important.
can just ignore him.
He might try to kill a man.
Well, do we want to do the diplomat thing, or do we want to try to go tonight?
I'm not saying we can't do both, but if we need to get a better look and maybe gain an audience with the Duke, I think posing as a diplomat might be more useful, and it'll stop them from questioning the mismatched bunch of individuals in our party.
We really should have gotten some sort of sigil or recommendation from, saying that we're the champions.
But aren't they not friendly with terrorism?
They're not at war, but
yes, but
yeah, but they're also not really friendly. You would know that.
I'm aware.
They send soldiers to. I think I could forge something.
I can definitely forge something.
I can forage for things.
Shut up.
All right. So what are you guys doing? It is currently about 4:00 in the afternoon. You are losing sunlight.
Yeah, I don't know if we could really do anything as a full group at the moment.
Why don't we scout around? Why don't we scout around town? Someone's gonna be here to stay with Otto, because we're not gonna let him leave in this.
I'm gonna pull it out the door.
I'm gonna try and stop him.
Okay.
I'm gonna help.
Yeah, I will also help.
Okay.
I'm here for the show.
No one puts Otto in a corner.
I don't hear any popcorn.
I just try to get it in his way of the door and put my hand on his shoulders. Hands on his shoulders.
Okay. Otto, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check against 3 athletics checks trying to keep you in the room.
I'm at disadvantage still.
Yeah.
11.
11?
Nat 20.
I also got a nat 20, but at a -2. So
and I got a 12.
Okay. So
You're
as
not going anywhere.
as Otto
One swing, kill him! Kill them all!
as Odo goes to bolt out the door, Tristan kind of puts his foot out, and Odo trips, but is kind of able to get back up and start running. But as he does so, Avier grabs onto one of his back legs. Well, I mean, I guess one of his legs, not back legs, just one of his legs. He's now a halfling centaur.
all fours.
One of his legs, and Leaf is able to kind of jump in front of the door and block his path.
And then once we do that, if he's already held, I'm gonna touch his arm and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Cure Wounds will have no effect.
I do have health missing.
Yeah.
You do have health missing. Just kidding. Go ahead and roll. That's right.
Cure Wounds won't have any effect on.
No, that would be lesser restoration.
You want lesser restoration.
I'll take the Cure Wounds though.
So you're not down 8 HP or whatever?
From one bump smack.
Yeah. That's the hardest bum smack out there.
One Swing's new name is not One Swing anymore, it's One Bump Smack.
I look back.
I guess you get six points of healing back.
Nice. Thank you.
Well,
I look back at Eve. Oh, continue, Krakus.
While they are going for him, I would like to wild shape into a giant spider.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I would like to web attack.
Oh my god.
Oh
shit.
My god. Okay. Let's tell me what he's got to do.
He rolls an attack roll.
I just roll an attack roll.
Yeah. Go for it.
That is a natural 20.
Oh my god.
So 25
Hang it from
hit.
the ceiling.
25 will hit Odo.
Target is restrained as an action. The restrained target can make a DC 12 strength check, bursting the webbing on a success. And yeah. So there's that.
You guys are bullying Odo. Odo, go ahead and make your strength saving throw.
I just lock eyes with Eve and be like, "Where's the camaraderie, the little folk?"
I don't know what to do here.
She's a child. Leave her out of this.
The entire time I'm just sitting there drinking out of the cask, watching all of this happen. Just like,
I
out
killed
of
my first deer when I was her age. It's fine.
out of nowhere, one swing just pulls out a bucket of popcorn and
He
Just
somehow
offer something
has a
weird.
chair that should collapse and flicks it open.
Yep.
Just
Kind of leaning back in
good.
it.
Did you make your strength saving throw, Odo?
Natural 20.
Natural
Oh
20.
my god.
Web does
Wow.
not hold you down. The bit of safety that you felt after the cure wounds from Tristan immediately gone after your druid friend turns into a spider and attacks you.
I webbed him. It's no damage.
I know how to handle buggers.
God.
I'm just gonna pop my bugs out
Oh,
and
man,
summon my swarm.
Swarm of bees and flies and wasps all start swarming around Odo.
I'm gonna
Anyone
look at
else want to
One
try
Swing.
to hold me down?
I'm gonna look at One Swig and say that if he gets outside, you're going to get him.
I'm gonna walk over and can I just like knock him out with one punch? Just let him sleep the rest of this off.
No, E2, Brute!
Go
I don't
ahead.
have to chase your ass. We
Go
just did
ahead
one.
and roll an
Yes.
attack at advantage, because there's
This
no
is
way
so
Odo would expect you to
No.
betray him.
Here, if this
Close
fails,
ain't
you
loyal.
need to charm him.
Yeah, I'll charm him if this
I
fails.
could charm him.
Yeah, we can
Um,
both try.
That is a 26 to hit.
It hits.
Oh my god. Well, we can't. We have disadvantage on if you hit him.
Oh man, I don't even know what to do for this.
Just
You guys
to,
are-
just make
It's-
non-lethal. Just KO him. Let him sleep for an hour so he wakes up normal.
Make a Constitution saving throw, Odo.
That's an 18.
18.
Or at least let me punch the drunk out of him.
Punch the drunk out of him.
You know,
I,
like when someone's having a panic attack and you smack them, they snap back to reality. They're like,
No,
oh yeah,
no,
I
you
needed
should-
that.
That's
But
Hey, that doesn't work.
That's not how.
yeah.
That doesn't really work when someone's drunk.
I mean, pain does sober you up.
do I
pretty
stay
fast.
awake?
You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage on the head and have a really bad headache.
Cool.
I'm
I'm glad I did the cure wounds for 6 points of damage.
You immediately see my claws, like my fingernails grow into claws and my fangs grow out. I just start hissing.
All
is
right.
he actually like part badger or something?
I would like to roll another web attack. That's a 9.
At this point, guys, I'm gonna make you roll initiative if you're gonna keep attacking Odo.
I'm doing nothing. I'm not rolling initiative.
Can someone just sit on him until he
All right.
falls asleep?
If that's the case, I'm going to beast shape, wild shape, and walk over.
I'm
Hands
skittering
up.
around the room.
Yeah, that's fine. Hands up, and I'm gonna say, here, come here.
No, stay away from me, bad man.
All right, now, come on. We got things in common, you and I.
Is there a window?
You are on the 4th floor of this building.
That's not what I asked.
Jam.
There are windows.
He's gonna kill us. He's gonna kill his character, guys. No balls.
Okay, while he's distracted, I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him.
Wisdom save.
I think he has advantage on the save because we've been attacking him.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta try something.
15.
God fucking damn it.
Lesser restoration is touch spell, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk up and try to touch
I'm-
him.
I'm
The
trying to position myself but below a window.
the window would be. Oh God, where were you?
Oh, you're surrounded. You're not going anywhere.
It would It would be fairly close to a window where you guys were all sitting. It is currently closed, as it is, again, the 4th floor. But go for it. You guys see Odo kind of staying as far away from you guys as possible, going along the wall. Oh gosh.
This obelisk has made you all insane, and I'm going to have to handle this all myself.
It's made you insane.
Oda.
I'm not insane. I'm just drunk, and tomorrow I'll be sober, but y'all will still be insane.
No, we were just trying to stop you from being drunk and obnoxious.
Krakus is probably the one closest to Odo right now.
Hey, Odo,
I
calm
rolled.
down.
I'm currently not looking at Krakus. I just rolled, so...
Odo, calm down. It's okay. We're just trying to help you. Some people might have gone about it the wrong way, but hey, look, I tried to heal you. I tried to make you feel a little bit better. We care. We're trying to come up with a plan, and we want your help.
Make a persuasion roll, and
I said I was currently not looking at Krakus.
right.
That's not.
Yeah, so I'm gonna touch him.
Right. You're distracting him, though.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna touch him.
God damn it! Stop using me.
Lesser restoration on him.
Okay.
I rolled a 21 for persuasion.
Perfect. You were able to keep him distracted enough that Krakus got up to him, cast Lesser Restoration. Your point of intoxication is gone. Your head clears a little bit, and you are...
And then I'd also like to cast Cure Wounds right after.
Okay.
Yeah, let's use our spell slots.
Fuck
Yeah.
you guys.
We should have let him jump out the fucking window.
I didn't do anything. That's a you
Well,
guys.
that's 8
I
points
just look
of,
at Avier and nod.
8 points of healing.
Well, that puts me to max.
Nice. So you're feeling a little better. The headache and ringing in your ears starting to subside a little bit.
Do I remember that we entered the city? Because I was blackout before we did.
I would say you remember... Yeah, I would say you remember entering the city and kind of walking around a little bit. You don't remember a whole lot of what was talked about with what you probably remember as being other halflings, but not.
And now he's
got a
just
pounding
snapped
headache.
too.
And I've got a pounding headache.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. We need to leave this city. This is a bad place.
Well, I mean, we can work on that a little bit later. We got things we got to attend to now. Is your head screwed on right? Or you still got it up your ass?
Why do you talk like me? Are you mocking me?
Oh, I'm talking to you.
Can I just gather Tristan, Avier, and Krakus so that we can go, and then I'll just tell Eve, because I know that she's been keeping notes about all of this, to tell Otto and fill him in on what's happening.
Story time.
Odo, you're gonna feel like a real asshole when you figure out what the fuck we've been doing instead of figuring out what's going on in this town.
I mean, who says I don't always feel like a real asshole?
He ain't wrong.
Waste of our goddamn time. Avier's pissed.
Yeah, Krakus ain't too happy either.
Okay, so Avier's Avier. And Krakus is angry.
Yeah.
So are you guys scouting out the area? Is that your plan? Or are you going to try doing the diplomat route right now?
No, we can scout the area, let Krakus do the thing at night. If that doesn't go well, then we go.
Then we try somebody else's plan, yeah.
Okay.
Trust
Okay,
me,
I know-
I can be real sneaky if I have to.
If we're doing that, should I change out of my armor?
Do you have, like, leather armor you could put on instead?
We're just scouting. We're just going around the town like regular people.
Oh, so we're like shopping and we're hanging out.
Yes.
We're being tourists.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
So
Let's
he
go
can...
steal some shit.
Sure, fine. Let's go. Let's not just be here anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are splitting the party?
Splitting the party, but you don't really have to split the party because me, Eve, and
One thing is
Otto
drinking.
are just in there for story time.
Okay.
Yes,
For
and
now.
I'm the one telling the story, which is kind of ass backwards if you ask me, but
All right. So Avier, Tristan, Krakus, and Leaf are once again going to go scouting ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Correct.
So you guys head down.
slash shopping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're shopping.
All right. So you guys head downstairs and out to the tavern. You're back on kind of the market street with a lot of those abandoned carts and all of that. Where are you guys headed? Are you headed towards the where are you guys headed?
I mean, you said most of the carts and stuff on the street are closed down, right?
Correct.
Was that because of time of day, or they're just closed?
They're just closed.
Is there like a common like road that looks like it has more like shops and taverns on it, or is it all like residential around where we are?
Morath
'Cause I would think-
isn't a like big city that
Yeah.
has like a lot of standalone shops. A lot of these carts are sitting in front of what look like homes, as though the operators of these carts kind of have their quote unquote shops right outside their homes.
Right. Okay.
You guys do notice a couple of carts that have like anvils on it where they might sell weapons and armor. Most of them, the one nearest to the tavern looks to be operated by another gnomish gentleman. If you guys want to approach him.
Okay. In Gnomish, I'm gonna walk up and say, "Hail and well met, my dude."
you know Gnomish too.
Oh yeah.
Aye,
Party.
how can I help you?
So you said this dude was operating a cart, right?
Yeah, it looks like it could kind of be like a blacksmith kind of gentleman, still operated outside of a home in a cart. You do see areas where weapons would usually be hanging, but it is currently empty.
Okay. Hey, my friend here, the big one, he was interested in getting someone to look at his armor. Do you think you could look at it for him? He doesn't speak Gnomish, but he's a sucker. He'll pay you whatever you ask. So if you want to talk to him about that.
Oh, I do like my gold. And then in common, he looks over at, I assume you're gesturing towards Tristan, not the
Oh,
big
yeah.
gentleman being the furbolg?
No. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm interested.
Okay.
I forget that he's a furbolg sometimes.
Well, thank you.
What can I help you with that armor there, sir?
This
Sorry,
armor?
Kenny.
Nothing with this armor.
You
Oh.
told me you were looking for an upgrade.
I mean, I was more looking for maybe like another set, just in case something maybe a little bit quieter.
Fortunately, a lot of my stores have been bought out by the soldiers in town, and I've been mostly doing repairs. I do have a small set of leather armor that might be your size. And he starts kind of ruffling under his cart, looking around. He does pull out a set of what looks like leather armor. This is all I've got, unfortunately, and that'll be if you're interested, it'll be 15 gold pieces.
Oof. So let me ask you a question. I'm gonna interrupt this whole thing.
Aye?
So like, you've lived here for a while, right?
My whole life.
So what's the deal with this big thing? Has that always been there?
No, that would have been put here a couple months ago. It was brought into town by a bunch of these soldier folk. And that's around the time that everyone started moving in, taking over the town. Some of the families kind of left. Haven't seen a lot of. Starts gesturing towards the empty carts and houses around him. Haven't seen a lot of the regular folk around as much, but the Aderlanians, they pay well for the gear to be repaired, and when they need new gear, I'm able to sometimes fashion it after a time.
During this conversation, I'm looking over the armor.
Okay. Is there something in particular you're looking for it, or?
No, I'm just inspecting it.
All right. Go ahead and roll an investigation check, just for fun.
That would be a 17.
17. So it definitely looks like armor that might have been made for a more furbolg-like build, but it is big enough to where you could essentially fit it onto yourself and get it to work.
I say to him, like, you, I know you said you've been mostly bought out and everything like that, but so if this is really all you have left, you see right here where the stitching meets the seam. It's just a little bit loose, and you see these markings in the back where the leather is there. It just looks a little worn. I'd be happy to pay you 8 gold for this.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Nat 18 plus 4, 22.
Okay. He kind of looks over at you, looks back at Avier, and says in Gnomish, "I thought you said he was dumb."
I think he's so dumb he does not know what price he should pay.
Looks back at Tristan and is like, honestly, I'm not really hurting for the business. If you don't, if you want it, I'll give it to you for the 8 gold pieces. No one's going to buy it otherwise.
Deal.
It takes the 8 gold pieces from you. And was there anything else I could help you with?
You have a lot of interaction with the soldiers, yes?
I mean, they come and are patrons of this shop. Beyond that, it's mostly exchange of gold, and that's it. Is there something in particular you're looking for?
No, we're just tourists. We were passing through, staying in town for a night, and then heading on out. Just curious.
Make a persuasion
We like
check.
to... God damn it.
Or deception check.
Oh, okay, good. No, you already said it.
No, I know.
19.
19? Kind of looks at you slightly suspiciously and is like, okay. Yeah, not a whole lot that I know. I very rarely see the same faces. The two that I know obviously are the Duke and the captain, Renan, but that's about it. I wouldn't even say I know him. I just know his name because he's been here more.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Krakis, anything to add? Nope, he's muted.
Sorry.
He died.
I'm very quiet. Is this a name I would have been familiar with, the captain?
The captain, Renan, no.
he's also newer.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell.
You would have heard of Parrington before. Parrington is someone is similar to a lord of Morath, but is very rarely there, as he spends most of his time in Rifthold.
So he's a real politician. Got it.
Okay, well, I suppose we don't have any more questions for you. We're gonna keep moving on. We're gonna see if we can go check out that big rock.
We'll have fun, I guess. Don't cause too much trouble, please.
Do we look like trouble? Don't answer that.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'm gonna slap 7 gold down to pay for the rest of that armor that Tristan didn't pay full price for, and then I'm gonna start walking away.
Pleasure doing business with you.
What just happened?
She paid extra. Is she okay? Is she sick?
I'm making an ally, guys. I'm a grifter.
While this is going on, Eve, you're able to kind of give Odo the complete rundown of everything that's happened since you guys arrived in Morath.
I'll tell him about the plans that we made for like the night, and then like if it doesn't work, the deception thing.
Did you tell him that we tried to subdue him nicely by force and everything else?
I avoid the force one.
So the nice came after the force.
No, the nice started first.
Nice started first.
I tried to give you a nice jacket.
Yes. You're trying to correct you. It looked cool.
I mean, I have no real comment other than I don't want to be around that thing. And that no one should.
I mean, it is pretty scary.
I think it's a little more than scary. I think it's end times.
Is this just because of a dream you had?
Multiple dreams?
Oh, you've had multiple?
Well, yeah. One recently, with a gate that was kind of siphoning out all the energy from around it, made of that stuff. And then the whole reason I'm out from my home is because I had a dream of some kind of dark energy, almost ancient, in the somewhere on the continent, resurging and taking over the continent. And these things are coming together a little too well.
So you're thinking that this pillar is the thing that's potentially causing all of this dark energy?
It's probably one of the things. I don't think it's acting alone.
Oh.
And anyone who put it up is probably in league with this stuff.
Eve is concerned.
Eve is concerned.
Are you guys staying in the room, or what are you guys planning on doing here?
Unless Odo wants to go on an adventure, we're gonna stay in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a hair of the dog.
Rest up for the peace
No.
of the thing.
You're not getting the hair of the dog.
The hair of the dog.
I'll pour him a glass of beer. I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Don't get drunk again. I don't want to have to punch you again."
It's just, wait, you punched me?
Yeah, you're being a dick.
I was trying to. He did punch you, but you were being a bit of a dick.
E2 Eve.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna say shut up and have a drink with me. I'm gonna smack him, like slam the ale on his chest.
All right.
I will tell Avery if I have a drink too.
No, go for it. I had
Yeah.
my first drink around your age. How old are you? Like 8, 9?
That's really young. You have no perception.
Oh, you're definitely.
I mean, yeah. As long as you're older than say 5, you can have a couple.
She just kind of stares at him, just straight up confused at his perception of age. And then she kind of glances at one swig and takes the little glass and takes a sip.
You guys know when Baby Yoda's sitting there with his cup of soup?
Yep.
That's essentially what Eve looks like. She's just kind of sitting there in between the two of you and just like takes a small sip, looks between the two of you again. And back to Leaf, Krakus, Avir, and Tristan. You guys are heading towards the obelisk, I assume? Is that what you guys said you were doing?
Like a direct path. We'll take like a meandering path.
Is there any way I could change in this armor other than going back to the room?
I mean, if you wanted to try to hide in a back alley and stealthily change, you could certainly try.
Porta potty.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try that. Hey guys, could you watch the front of this alley for me real quick? Oh.
Sure.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check. I know you're at disadvantage, but you can make it a straight roll since you have people kind of guarding the area.
18.
18? Okay. Yeah, easy enough. You're able to change out of your armor and into the quieter leather armor, kind of stuffing your was it plate mail armor? Chainmail armor into your bags, and it's a little difficult to fit into the bag. You're not really able to get all of it in there. So there are some pieces that you could either leave in the hide in the alley, or carry in your hands with you. But
that's why I was asking if I was able to change.
Oh.
Without going back to the room.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a lot of armor. You're a big guy, and it won't all fit into a singular pack.
Okay, so instead of doing that, I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna run back to the room real quick. Wait right here."
Oh, no.
As long as he does his own thing as he does it.
So I'm just gonna go back, walk straight in,
okay.
ignore everybody else.
Oh, you're ignoring
come
him?
back out and walk straight out.
You vaguely see Eve sitting there with a cup of ale as you walk out, but easy enough. Takes about I'd say probably about 20 minutes round trip.
All right, let's go check this thing out if we can.
All right. So you guys take kind of a more meandering approach. It takes you a little while longer, but it's still a pretty small town. Probably takes about 15 minutes to get from the tavern in a meandering path to the obelisk. As you get about, I'd say, about 70 feet away from it, you guys do notice, some guards in the square around the obelisk. Kind of just walking around. They look as though they might be just kind of keeping an eye on everything going on around them. And as you get closer, you do see it's very tall, but it is very narrow. That's from what you can see. The stone is very dark, like about the purest black that you have ever seen, and there are a lot of markings etched up and down it.
Now can I make some checks?
If you want to approach it, go for it.
There's no one around it?
There are the guards in the square around it.
Oh, okay.
Again, they're not. They don't look like they're guarding it per se, but they're keeping track of anyone who comes around it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bend over, make myself look smaller and older, and kind of hobble up there using my staff as a cane.
Okay. Sure. Just make a straight deception or a deception check.
Oof, that's not good. That's a 10.
10. Okay. The guards do kind of look over at you, take note of your stature, and that's all you notice.
Okay.
While we're doing this, I am going to just take a little out of one of my patches. I'm going to take a little Burns Leaf of Mistletoe and a sprig of spruce, and I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. So you are attempting to cross the open square to the.
Nope. I'm from where I am, casting Pass Without a Trace, so anybody within 30 feet of me
Okay.
gets a bonus.
Right. Okay, so while you're walking, I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of area to be stealthed around, but you guys do know the shadows are seeming to cling to you guys around Krakus a little more,
We're
making you a
very,
little
very
more obscured.
Quiet.
Yes. So Avier, you're going right up to the obelisk?
I'm just gonna hobble towards it like I'm just an old lady walking up, and I want to do an Arcana check on it.
Okay, go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh gosh, 18 plus 6.
18
So
plus
a lot.
6. You get close to it, and while you haven't seen the stone does look very similar to what the rings are made of, but really the main similarity is the color. You're not sure that those rings could have been fashioned from this stone, because those seemed more like. This is a stone, whereas those rings were more gem-like in comparison. There is definitely a pulsing energy coming from it. You kind of recognize it as a what is the word I'm looking for? You know when you use a magnifying glass to like burn ants?
Mm-hmm.
This is like a magic version of a magnifying glass, but not necessarily to burn. It's like a cell tower for magic.
Right. Okay. Cool.
There
are runes carved in it?
There are runes carved into it.
Can I make like a history check on those?
Go for it.
17 plus 6.
17 plus 6?
Of course now I roll well.
When it matters.
Yeah.
So, looking at the stone, it's not the same kind of magic that you've studied throughout your lifetime. Definitely not magic that you've seen in Wendland or Doranel or any of the areas around there. This is older. And you gather that with some time studying these, that you might be able to make use of it, but you don't know what any of the runes say or signify. You do, I would say with that kind of history check, you do notice that some of the symbols look similar to one of the locks from the first challenge that you guys
Right.
did.
Okay.
The one that One Swing was able to read.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to take a minute to study them and then just kind of like, and start to walk back to the party.
I want you to
and
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh
Fuck.
no, you're gonna
This
die.
is- I am. That's going to happen now, or I'm going to become one of these zombies. That's an 11.
An 11. As you're studying this, you notice the longer you stand around this pillar, a headache starts to kind of come on, and it's the longer you're sitting around here and the more you're studying it. The headache gets kind of stronger and stronger, but you're very determined to learn as much as you can about this completely different kind of magic that is outside what you have learned. You suffer 8 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, fuck.
And while she is there, I need I need Tristan to also make a Constitution saving throw, and Krakus to make a Constitution saving throw.
15.
15? And Krakus?
8.
8. Tristan, you also start to get a little bit of a headache, but it just seems to kind of be a gentle humming, not gentle, a pulsing humming in your head. Krakus, you start to also feel the same kind of pain coming across your head as you suffer 5 points of necrotic damage.
And I got to do a Constitution saving throw on the concentration check.
Oh, yes, for the Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah. What do I add to that?
That would be your Constitution modifier.
So that's a 10.
10 is exactly what you needed.
Cool. And how much damage did I take? Sorry, I was worried about you. Said
5.
5 points of damage?
Yep.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to walk away quickly, but still acting, as feeble as I can. And as soon as I get back to the party and
you guys notice Avier has a little bit of a nosebleed going on, as does Krakus.
As soon as I get back to the party, I'm going to pull out a notebook out of my bag and start writing down the runes I can remember
Alrighty.
from studying it.
Okay.
So, good, bad, or we should
bad.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
Okay, let's leave.
If you're done, hey, once you're done writing, can I take a look at it?
Yeah, but let's keep moving though.
Yeah.
We need to get away from this.
You guys start heading back?
Yep. Sure.
We need to at least get out of range of this thing before we stop to talk.
Sure. How far away are you going from it? Or are you going all the way back?
I feel like we should just go all the way back.
Yeah,
I'll give Tristan my notebook while we're walking if he wants to look at it while we walk though.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to keep an eye out for the guards to see if they're like following us or if anyone's following us.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
And my
Nice.
perception modifier is that's a 16.
16. You don't notice anyone following you. You definitely do notice as you're walking away from the obelisk that one of the guards is walking to another one and kind of pointing in your direction. But that's about all you can tell.
Okay.
You guys head back towards the Tired Themis Tavern and head back up to your room where Eve, One Swing, and Odo are chilling. You guys see Eve still sipping on that ale.
Yeah, she's just been babysitting. She's probably not even halfway through the glass that she was given.
I mean, we would have been egging her to drink more.
She just sort of sat there and just Not listen.
On the walk back, would I have recognized anything that she had written down?
Go ahead and make. How are you trying to recognize it? Are you trying to look into the magic of it? Are you trying to recall any history of it? Like what are your...
Just if it's like a type of language, if it says something.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. 4. There are some really good drawings of some letters that don't seem to be in any language that you know, and you don't recognize it. No.
Okay.
All right, you guys are back in the back at the inn with everyone regrouped.
So it was bad.
It was. You were right. You were right. It's
Thank you.
not nice, and I do appreciate your insight, but we needed to see it for ourselves.
Wait a second. Eve, what are you drinking?
I was waiting.
She's having a few beers with the guys. It's all right. I was drinking much more by her age.
Wait. How old are you, Eve?
18.
Oh.
See, it's late. Wait, you're 18?
No. Stay
I'm
over
sorry,
there.
what?
Oh God. No,
No,
she's 12.
please.
She's 12.
No, I would never. She gave me the 1 gold piece. She is a cherished friend.
Can I insight check Leaf on that statement?
Can I insight check the little girl?
You can, go ahead and roll some insight checks.
I rolled a 3+, so I'm gonna take him at face value.
Yep.
I got I had 5 to that. 18.
An 18?
Yeah.
So
Go ahead. You gather she's not being entirely truthful about her age. You're kind of looking at her, and you definitely see a little more experience than your average 18-year-old would have.
Are you
Drink
going to
more.
share this information?
No, I just fill up her cup again.
why are you offering me more ale?
Because it's fun. Drink.
Have you not noticed this is what they do?
Well, I wanted like a glass, but now I'm on a glass and a half.
We're going to pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Okay, while they're talking about alcohol, I'm going to take that notebook and hand it to One Swing and say, "Hey, you knew a lot about this shit. Can you read this?"
All right.
I'll look at the whatever she gave me.
Okay, so One Swing. These are word marks. They're the language you know. These symbols are a little different than most of what you know, but you do know as you're looking at these. Make a religion check at advantage.
Religion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 16.
Okay. Because of your background,
I also know abyssal, so if that's
right,
any other constellation, yeah.
Doesn't really apply to this. You have seen in your various dreams these marks. It's how you learned this this language, not really a spoken language, but a written language. And you know that in this language, the words have power. So looking at these, oh gosh, I need to look at my notes on the obelisk real quick. You notice symbols that mean silence and sorry, guys. You notice a symbol that says silence. You notice a symbol that says gateway, and you know the symbol for it's a distance symbol, essentially, signifying many miles.
Well, you see, this one means silence. This one means gateway, and this one means distance, as in like how far or something.
Okay, you said a gateway. Isn't that what you said you saw in a dream, Odo?
Yeah. Are you sure you read that right? Was it 100% correct there on that one?
You need to tell us more about this dream you had in detail.
Well, there's not much to tell. It was real quick. I was walking through the woods, and my bees started acting weird and leading me down this path, and the trees started to get, and the forest around started to become more and more dead. Trees without leaves, dirt patches instead of grass. You catch the drift. And then I ended up in this massive opening with a gateway made out of that stone that we saw, the big pillar, whatever it is. And well, that was really, it felt really, I mean, you know how you get a sense of evil? No?
Yeah.
Well, it was that, but like magnitudes more intense than that word implies.
Hmm.
It's not good. Well, and I guess I told the little one, and the big ones already know this for a while. The reason I kind of like started like adventuring around and ran into One Swing here and then y'all was because I ended up having a dream of this darkness, this evil, just this ancient force just kind of coming and taking over the continent. And my family lives on the continent, and I couldn't have that like happening to my family, so I decided I was gonna try and stop it. So that's why I'm here, but I really want to get away from that thing.
I don't think we can leave until we have more information. Especially you.
I don't think this. I mean, this isn't shaped like the gate. This is just like made of the same material.
It is not shaped like the gate. The gate was more of like an archway.
Okay.
This is an obelisk.
Yeah. So
like a single stone pillar.
If I'm not just having weird dreams, and this actually means something, then I'm going to just go out on a limb here and assume that this is the tip of an iceberg that extends over the entire continent.
What does everyone else think? Do we stay here or do we go try to find this gate?
That's gonna be real dangerous. I planned on doing that all on my own until I ran into One Swing here.
Avir and Aver, make an Arcana check. Tristan, make me a religion check.
22.
17.
17. Tristan, what he is explaining to you, you have heard your patron kind of discuss and show you in previous dreams as well. The gate was not necessarily surrounded in darkness, but in light. And from what you know of religion and the gods, is that a gate of this description was how the gods came to be in Erilea in the first place. The contrast to what Odo is describing can also signify the history that you know, Aver, of the war 1,000 years ago that brought Erewhon, the Demon King, the Volg King, into Erilea as well, and launched the world into a war that lasted a long time. So both of you would know that this gate can bring good, it can also bring bad. But also not something that was necessarily like a landmark or a location, but is something that is brought forth through magical means.
Like symbols on an obelisk.
Right.
I think that a good place to start would be finding out where they got this thing from.
Oh, are you ready to work with us again, or are you just going to get drunk and totally blow off all the plans?
I cannot say no to either.
Okay.
Should we tell the guy from the place about these things?
We should get everyone we like outside of this city. It's just a bad place. It's desecrated now.
Oh, I meant the guy that sent us on this mission.
Oh,
Definitely.
Lord Locksmith or whatever.
Yeah. That's
Lord Locksmith.
Amazing.
All right. As you guys are continuing to discuss, you do hear a loud on the door, and that is where we're going to end for the night.
Oh!
Did somebody just drop some change?
Alrighty, guys. That was a lore-heavy session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of character discovery there.
Yeah.
Like secret accents.
Hey!
The one
How
fight that we
y'all
got into
doing?
was with each other.
I love a good RP sesh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was good.
fun.
That was good, guys.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I'm
Real-
going to be
sure-
questioning the little girl about her age. but
Pretty
in
sure I'm going to
private.
kill Cam's character. That's probably how his character's going to die, as I'm going to be the one to kill him.
Oh, gosh.
Why do you care so much about the little girl's age?
Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching the stream. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And we'll catch you next Sunday, same time. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Watch
forgot
it on
to.
YouTube. You would have to put new episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, it's been up.
All of the episodes are uploaded.
Oh, are they? I haven't
Yes.
checked in a